When people think of Dubai, they often imagine luxury, modern skyscrapers, endless shopping, and calm beaches. But behind the beautiful lights and glittering skyline, something darker is going on. There are stories that many people don't want to believe, or don't even know about. Stories about secret parties, rich men with too much power, and young women who are promised a dream but end up living a nightmare. This is not just a rumor. It's something that has been happening for years but is kept quiet, hidden behind money and silence. It all begins with an innocent message. A girl, young, beautiful, hopeful, gets a DM on Instagram or WhatsApp. It could be from someone claiming to be a model scout or a representative of an international agency. The message is friendly and tempting. You've been selected for a special job in Dubai. All expenses paid. Luxury hotel, 5-star treatment, gifts, and a nice fee. No pressure, no bad intentions. Just a chance to enjoy life and earn money. For girls from poor or troubled backgrounds, or even for those simply dreaming of fame and travel, it sounds like the opportunity of a lifetime. Maria Kovalechuk was one of these girls. A Ukrainian model, only 20 years old, who believed she was getting a chance to live her dream. But instead, she became a victim. Her story shocked not just Ukraine, but people around the world. She was found on the side of a road in Dubai, unconscious, severely injured, with her mouth covered in chocolate and her teeth placed inside her Birkin bag. Nobody could explain why. The official version. Dubai police claimed she entered a construction site and fell. But her mother tells a different story. Maria called her the night before, excited and a little nervous, saying she had been invited to a private party by 2 men. She said it was connected to a Sheikhs event. And then she disappeared. Maria's case is far from the only one. There have been stories for years about dream parties in Dubai that turn into nightmares. In 2018, a Russian model jumped out of a hotel window to escape a sheikh she said had attacked her. In 2021, several girls were deported after being involved in a nude party in Dubai, allegedly arranged by a businessman. These incidents keep happening, but the stories rarely make big headlines. Why? Because powerful people are involved, and money talks louder than victims. So, how do these secret parties really work? Rich sheikhs don't go around asking women to join their events themselves. Instead, they have a team, a network of agents, scouts, and fixers. These people spend hours on social media looking for women who fit a certain look. Tall, thin, pretty, with a fashionable online presence. Once they find someone, they message her with promises of luxury and safety. They send pictures of other girls enjoying life in Dubai, smiling by yachts, sipping champagne under palm trees. It's all a well-planned trick. Once a girl agrees, the agency arranges everything: flights, hotels, clothes. But the real plan is hidden. These girls are not going to just attend a fancy dinner. They're being taken to private parties where anything can happen, and often does. One of the most disturbing things linked to these parties is something called Porta Potty Dubai. The name alone sounds disgusting, and sadly, it matches the reality. These are not normal parties. They are secret events where extremely rich men pay enormous amounts of money, sometimes $100,000 or more, to fulfill their darkest, most inhumane fantasies. Models are treated not as guests, but as objects. Some of the experiences shared by survivors are too awful to repeat. One woman said she was kept on a yacht for 2 days, during which she was treated worse than an animal. Another described it as a nightmare that still haunts her. And these are just the stories that made it out. How many more have stayed silent, either out of fear or shame? What's even worse is that the law doesn't protect these women. In countries like the UAE, if a woman is assaulted but can't prove it with 4 male witnesses or a confession from the abuser, she can be punished instead. Maria, after waking up from a coma, might still face prison time. Why? Because under UAE law, being involved in unlawful sexual activity is a crime, even if the woman is a victim. It's a cruel system where survivors become the accused. Some people might ask, why do these women go in the first place? Isn't it their fault? But it's not that simple. Most of the girls who go to these events are not looking for trouble. They are looking for a better life. Some are trying to escape poverty. Others are chasing fame. Many truly believe they're just going to model or attend a glamorous event. They don't know what's waiting for them. And once they arrive, they're in a foreign country with no help, no protection, and no way out. There are also cases where women end up becoming part of the royal family. That might sound like a dream, but even then, the reality is often far from what people imagine. Azerbaijani gymnast Zainab Javadli married into the Al Maktoum family, but soon her life became full of restrictions and control. Another model, Natalia Alieva from Belarus, faced the same fate. What looked like a fairy tale at first slowly turned into a cage. Maria Kovalechuk's story has pulled back the curtain on something the world needs to see. Behind the glitz of Dubai's skyline is a much darker world. A world where money controls everything. A world where young women are used, silenced, and forgotten. A world where the law protects power, not people. And while some might still dream of escaping to the Middle East for fame or fortune, they need to know the truth. Not every party is as glamorous as it seems. Not every invitation is a blessing. Sometimes it's a trap. This story matters not just because of one girl, but because of what it represents. It's a warning, a reality check, and a cry for justice all at once. The next time you see an influencer posing in Dubai, think twice. Ask yourself what it took for them to be there, and at what cost. The truth is, what really happens at the Sheikhs' secret parties is more terrifying than anyone wants to admit. But it's time people knew. It's time the silence ended. Because ignoring it won't make it disappear. Maria Kovalechuk's tragic story is just one of many that never should have happened. It reflects a deep problem hidden behind luxury walls, a problem that mixes power, money, exploitation, and silence. What's more heartbreaking is that even if Maria survives, she may face jail for simply being in the wrong place, despite being the victim. This is not justice. This is a system where the powerful are protected and the vulnerable are punished. If you're watching this, it means you're aware now. You're one of the few people who knows what's really going on behind closed doors. Don't forget what you've heard. Don't ignore the warning signs around you. Share this story, talk about it, raise awareness. Because silence is what allows this nightmare to continue. The more people know, the harder it becomes for these hidden crimes to go unpunished. Girls around the world deserve safety, respect, and the freedom to chase their dreams without being tricked into horror. Whether it's in Dubai or anywhere else, justice should never be optional, and money should never buy silence. Maria Kovalechuk's story is a chilling reminder of the dark side that often hides behind luxury and glamour. What happened to her, and to many others, should never be dismissed as an isolated incident. These secret parties, the exploitation, the silence surrounding the abuse, and the legal systems that fail to protect victims are part of a much deeper issue. Women are being lured with promises of wealth and fame, only to face trauma, humiliation, and sometimes even death. And in places where speaking out can land victims in prison, justice becomes a distant dream. It's time to bring these truths to light. These stories deserve to be heard, not buried under excuses or covered by wealth. By watching, reading, and sharing, you are already making a difference. You're helping break the silence. If you found this content valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with friends, post it on social media, and start the conversation. Awareness is the first step to change. Hit the like button, subscribe for more eye-opening stories, and stay informed. Your voice matters more than you think. Let's stand together for truth, for justice, and for those who can't speak for themselves.